I came out, and the first night out, I went to, when I got here on Friday, Saturday, we went to Doris and Paulette's place over there for that banquet. And then Saturday morning, we went to a meeting. Sunday, I was at church with him. And then later on, I became the president of the Cumming chapter for about 6 or 7 years. And then we kind of passed it on down after that. But the guy that was here, Ben Jordan. And it's really odd too, because he was a big guy. And when he died of a heart attack a couple of years after I got out. His wife had saved all of his clothes and gave me all of his clothes just about, and they fit me, believe it or not. And so God has been looking out for me ever since. Now I came out and Full Gospel made me a field rep in Georgia for the prisons. And then I went on up to national director. And now I'm a national director at large for all of Georgia's prisons. And my job with Full Gospel is to go in and teach other states how to set a full-blown chapter inside the prison walls. We have 5 now in Georgia. We fixed to put another one in January. And this is the only 5 in the United States that are behind the walls or in Georgia. And so we're quite proud of that. And somebody says, why do you do that? Well, see, when we go in to minister, we've got 100, 150 people come in that's in that chapter. Now, we can only go so far because we can only minister to the people that come in. But we make disciples out of them, turn their wick up a little bit, and they can go back into other parts of the prison and do the same thing I did. Amen. They can go deeper than we did and bring 50 more. I hooked up with motorcycle ministry, and we go in and do a day of freedom, and that's all day preaching and skits and testimonies and all that kind of stuff. And I'm really active in that. Well, I'm not as active as I used to be because I used to ride a motorcycle too. And that one fell on my leg because I dropped it, and it broke both bones in my leg, broke my neck the second time. And I'm crooked because I broke my neck the first time in a car wreck where a woman ran a red light and I T-boned her. Broke my atlas bone in 6 places. The doctor put me in a halo for 90 days. And then when I came through the operation, I woke up paralyzed. I couldn't walk on the right side. Everything was dead on the right side for over a year. So I had to learn to walk all again on that thing. Nothing has seemed to work right since then. Had both knees replaced, both hips replaced, this shoulder replaced, plate in this leg. My neck's been broke twice in 2 different places, and I got more of arthritis than I want. And so, but I still managed to get around and go into the prisons. I preach in 30 of the 32 prisons, women's and men's prisons. I've given my testimony in McAlester, Oklahoma, Denver, Colorado, Angola Prison, Louisiana, and various other places like that. And I feel like that God just not through with me yet. Amen. And I've touched so many lives through this prison ministry that when I got back with Full Gospel, I've been going to the Georgia Men's Advance for 35 years now. 1986, they brought me out of prison to go down to be the inmate speaker in front of 1,000 men. Well, that tradition caught on, and we've done it every year since then. This was our 38th year. And I bring 2 inmates every year out of prison in their uniforms, and they give their testimony on the stage, which is the highlight of the whole weekend. Okay, we're getting the chaplains involved. We've got the head chaplain is very involved, and he was an Army chaplain for 24 years, and he's the one that just wrote me in regards to starting a new chapter in a new prison in January. And the Department of Corrections asked him to do that. So I feel like that my influence in the prison system is just exactly what God had in mind, because, you know, when somebody's been in 16 years, the general thought is, why in the world do you want to go back to prison? You all want to go away from prison. Well, God didn't want me to do that. He wanted me to go back and minister to those that were left behind, because I saw exactly what they feel. The loneliness, the being forgotten, kicked to the curb, absolutely no help when they get out. So now I've got a halfway house, and I take them in for a whole year, and we have 9 beds, and we keep them, and we teach them life skills. Because you've been locked up 30 years, you don't know much about life anymore.
Right.
I've had them come out and couldn't find the spigots in the bathroom to wash their hands. They're automatic. They couldn't find them. I've had them not really know what to do when they unfolded their silverware and there was a knife in it. Scare them to death, you know, because they had had a knife for 16 years, illegal. But these people see that I can make it. And when I go back into the prison, I'm an example. I got these clothes on rather than what they had on, but I had those on before.
Right.
And they believe me when I tell you it can be done if you will turn your life over to the Lord. Now, when I also tell them that there's one path that goes right down the middle of a prison. On the right, it's going to be one side, the devil. The other side is going to be God. You're going to have to make a decision which side you're going to lean to. If you lean to the wrong one, you won't make it out of prison, and you won't make it on the street. If you come out of there with God on your side, you've read the Bible back and forward to the left and right, and you're really not playing games, and you come out, you'll make it on the street. Otherwise, you won't. And I've had them come in the house that wouldn't do that, and they didn't make it. But I got a 77% success rate in my house right now of people not going back to prison, and that is extremely good.
Yes.
I'm trying to move it to Beaufort, Gwinnett County, because Monroe is getting a little bit rough on me, driving 100 miles not every week. So that's what I do. I'm sticking by it, and that's my story.